So, you want to buy a home here in Houston, Texas, but you don't know if now is the right time to buy. Well, listen, I'm Shadrya Patton. I'm going to give you the latest housing market numbers as of April the 12th for single family homes here in Houston, Texas. There are 5 stats that you got to know if you're looking to buy in Houston. Number one, the first statistic is the Market Action Index. Now, the Market Action Index compares the current rate of sales versus inventory. So it's your supply and demand number. As of April the 12th, 2023, the Market Action Index is 40. This remains unchanged from last week. Y'all, this is still a seller's market. So whether you are in the top, the middle, or the bottom price range of the market, there's still a very high demand for homes. Now, typically, one end of the market will slow down before the others. So check out this chart from April of 2018, what starts in April of 2018, to see the peaks and the levels of the Market Action Index. Number two, the second key statistic is the median list price. We have stayed very consistent here. There's not much movement in either direction, honestly. The median list price for Houston as of April the 12th is $375,000. It was $376,000 on April the 5th. Also, let's consider the median list price of new listings. That number is $349,995. It was $359,500 last week. The median list price is what home values are right now. You can also think of the median list price as a seller confidence level because what the sellers have currently priced their homes at is typically based on the recent solds and listings in their area. Now, for the median list price of new listings, this can tell you what could happen within the next quarter because it uses the most current data. Now, here's your 5-year trend chart for median list prices. Number three, the third statistic that you want to consider is the average and the median days on the market. Real simple. This is how long it takes the home to sell. Now, as of April the 12th, the properties currently available have been on the market for an average of 95 days. Now, this was at 98 last week. Each week, it's been going down like a day or so. But this time, it ran down 3 days. So I think that's a good sign that sellers, or a good sign for the sellers, basically. It basically means that the buyers need to know that homes are starting to sell faster. So assuming that the house is priced right and that it's desirable. All right, so if you want it, buyers, if you want it, do not wait. Multiple offers are still being received by some of these sellers. All right. Now, the median days on the market is recorded at 56. It was actually at 63 last week. So obviously, this is a good sign that buyers are taking the homes off of the seller's hands a little quicker. Here's a historical data chart over the last 5 years. Okay, y'all, so those were the first 3 housing statistics that you need to be familiar with if you want to buy a home here in the Houston area. All right, number 4, the fourth statistic to know is inventory. As of April the 12th, the amount of inventory in Houston is 4552 homes on the market. It was 4538 on April the 5th. So inventory has been steady over the last month or so. Sellers typically start coming back to the market in spring, but late June is typically when the inventory gets the highest. They call this like the peak season in real estate. Also, during this peak season, home pricing typically increases along with those inventory increases. Now, here's a line graph since April 2018. Inventory was up so much higher before COVID here in Houston. So that's why this is so interesting to me. All right, number 5. The fifth statistic that you need to be aware of is properties with a price decrease. This percentage has pretty much been at 35% in Houston for weeks now. However, we do have a change this week. Now, as of April the 12th, we decreased to 34%. Now, granted, that is not a big change, but it is promising to sellers, right? So this percentage literally, it's basically the active listings that are currently still on the market that had a price reduction. Now, here's your 5-year chart for that. Again, don't forget to comment your zip code or simply subscribe via this link on the screen to get periodic updates directly sent to you for Houston, or let me know what you're looking for. Okay, so because I'm selling Houston, here's your tip of the week. Use your tax refund to pay for some of the upfront costs associated with buying that home. According to Smart Assets, Texans received an average of 1783 in their tax refunds. Now, there's at least three ways that you can use your refund check that can help you in the home buying process. Save for a down payment, paying your closing costs, or lowering your interest rate somehow. Now, saving for your down payment is the biggest hurdle because it's really the largest expense that you're going to pay. Typically, this is about 3.5 to 5% of the purchase price. As far as paying for your closing costs, you will have to pay fees to your lender, you're going to pay fees to your realtor, and there's several other parties that you're going to pay fees to before you take ownership of your home. Now, if you want to use this money to buy down your interest rate, this is where you'll see your biggest bang for your buck. There are limits or restrictions on buying down the interest rates if you're using down payment assistance. So make sure that you ask me for my lender information if you need assistance with that. Again, I'm Shadrya with JPAR Real Estate. Please subscribe, hit the like button and the bell icon to be notified about new videos on moving and shaking around Houston.